Hello all and welcome. Today I wanted to discuss an issue within mental health spaces and communities that is growing in attention. This issue is mental health and neurodiverse misdiagnosis. In this series of slides, I've compiled just a couple of resources, including one I've started myself, as you can see by the shameless plug tag at the bottom of this title slide, to hopefully help an individual seeking to prevent to the best of their ability a long and arduous mental health journey or misdiagnosis. But first, a little introduction is in order. My name is Salisa Espinoza. I am a second-year cognitive science major at Rutgers University. I'm also both an individual who has participated in and fallen victim to the mental health journey and its weaknesses. Thankfully, one big upside was that I became very interested in the public's accessibility of mental health and their ability to self-advocate. Through my experiences, I aim to empower others on their own neurodiversity and mental health journeys. In my research, one thing that really stood out to me, whether by personal experience, anecdotes, or published research, is the prevalence of misdiagnosis within these care facilities. In a cross-sectional study conducted by psychological professionals in Canada, which I have cited here, using standard neuropsychological testing, it was found that misdiagnosis rates reached about 66% for major depressive disorder, 93% for bipolar disorder, 86% for panic disorder, 71% for generalized anxiety disorder, and a whopping 98% for social anxiety disorder. These are obviously not favorable figures. So what can we do to try to improve them? Well, here I've listed some basic level changes that are important to keep in mind in order to start working towards lowering misdiagnosis rates. For individuals seeking help, it can be helpful to come into a session with your mental health professional fully prepared. This means ready to advocate for your challenges by pushing back on dismissal, having backup in the form of other people or of written examples, and to keep an air of skepticism instead of assuming that a professional must be right because they are a doctor, especially when their conclusion doesn't feel right. Seeking a second opinion can also be helpful in this circumstance. For providers, there is a lot of work to be done to believe those who come in and take every concern they present seriously. This includes diagnostic assumptions that they have made. It's also important to be aware of and to put aside personal biases that may get in the way of seeing a patient for what they speak is their truth, and to continuously educate yourself further in your specializations, either by reading books or listening to lived experiences, etc. Finally, holding yourself responsible and accountable by understanding the implications of misdiagnosing an individual is also super important. Finally, I spoke about an important way that individuals can combat the chance of being misdiagnosed when seeking mental health services, being writing everything down and having backup. At this moment, I would like to offer a resource that may assist in that endeavor. This resource is my new website, DSM-5 Demystified. It's a website that aims to facilitate this specific part of the mental health journey and neurodiversity journey by decomposing the criteria for a plethora of DSM disorders by offering a digestible wording, real-life examples, and sources that can help an individual compile a strong case for themselves when seeing a professional. When the site loads, you will see a navigation bar at the top, as pictured. By clicking over topics, you will see a list of topics that you can read more about, as shown. Navigating to one of these topics will take you to a page with all of the posts relevant to that topic, starting with the full DSM-5 breakdown for the disorder and followed by other questions that are related. After you've explored and noted down any and all information you feel is important, you can check over additional resources I have linked in the navigation menu. Examples of these resources are as pictured in the slide, including a link to the actual DSM-5, creator pages dedicated to mental health and neurodiverse advocacy, and a directory of neurodiverse mental health providers, among many more. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope that what I've provided here will help you guys start or continue your mental health journeys. If you're interested, my website will be linked in the description for you to check out, and I encourage you to comment any suggestions for my growing website, like and share this video so it may reach someone in need. The more people are aware of the prevalence of misdiagnosis, the more it can be done to fight against it and to prepare ourselves to have a fruitful journey into understanding our mental health and ourselves.